and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight.
Don't turn off your radio. You are listening to Power FM. This is 365 Power FM. Don't turn off your radio. You are listening to Power FM. This is 365 Power FM.
Tune in for the readings.
Welcome to the 8th day of the month of July in the year 2024. It's another time to talk about sports. If you look at your time, it's 1:15 p.m. in the city of Ibadan. Wow, James Aremo is already in the studio to give you the latest sport gist around the globe. Okay, what's happening at the Wimbledon Open that is currently going on? What's going on in the transfer market as well? Well, we've got more than enough story to talk. And let's not forget that talking about Euro 2024, the semi-finals is here, and one of the games that will go down, talking about the first leg of the semi-final, is Spain versus France. We'll talk about everything on the show today. Around 8 p.m. tonight, Spain and France will slug it out at the first semi-finals of the Euro 2024. You know what will happen tomorrow? Because I will be in the studio tomorrow to give you the latest sport gist tomorrow as well. We'll talk about tomorrow's game tomorrow on tomorrow's show. Quickly, let's start from Nigeria. Okay, what's happening in Nigeria? Well, yesterday on the show, I told you Abia Comment reportedly sacked 21 players. Okay, Abia Comment have not revealed the reason behind their decision to sack 21 players. The Nigeria National League NNL side announced the sacking of the players on Monday. It was yesterday. The chairman of the club, Boniface Uche, said that the gesture was aimed at re-engineering the team for a better performance next season. Uche stressed that the players dropped mostly those whose contracts have expired and those who are on loan with a club. He assured that more quality players will be recruited ahead of a new season. According to him, says, "I want to be quoted anywhere. Abia Comment is not owing any player nor staff. Everyone has been paid as a Wendy. We didn't sack any of our staff unless those whose contract elapsed with the season. As we prepare for the new season, those of them that their services will be needed will be recorded." That was coming from Boniface Uche, media officer. All right, Oyekachi of Champions Rangers and also Eyimba. The Oriental rivals are desperate to add a player to their squad. Okafor is a free agent after leaving Nigeria National League side NNL. He recorded 7 goals for Atlant, talking about Nice Millionaires. Rangers and Eyimba have made key additions to their squad in readiness for the new season. The 30-year-old forward started his playing career with Eyimba International. Eyimba will be looking to bring him back. Let's talk about the national team. I will still come back to MPFL. We're talking about the national team. Ex-Super Eagles boss Jose Osupa has been linked with a return to the saddle as Super Eagles head coach. You all will recall that the Portuguese left the post in February following the expiration of his contract. The 63-year-old led the Super Eagles to second position at the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. His successor, Finidi George, resigned from the post last month after Nigeria Football Federation (NFF) announced it will appoint a foreign technical advisor to boss him. Basero was recently linked with the head coach role at South African club Mamelodi Sundowns. Gerard Baloyi, who works with local agency Udia Sports International Management, revealed that Basero is negotiating a return to the Super Eagles. So the Nigerian national team are interested in bringing him to take over again. The NFF is expected to name a new head coach for Super Eagles before the team's 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against Libya in September. Continuation of MPFLG, Rangers GM, CEO and CEO Amobi Eziaku. The head coach of the team, Fidelis Ilechuku, exudes confidence as the Nigeria champions for the 2024-2025 season. Today, on the 9th of July, the management of the Flying Antelopes on Monday directed its Cold City in preparation for the upcoming season, in which they will defend the MPFL title and also fly the country's flag in the CAF Champions League. Okay, Monday media's release. Home men spoke confidently about having an eventful and fruitful campaign on both fronts. According to Amobi's Yakusis, I'm quite sure that our players got the needed rest from the rigors of last season, and we expect them back to camp on the night of July, Tuesday, for proper preseason activities to commence. We thank all those who were there for us in the concluded season and expected more from them as we venture into the continent to make a big impact and successfully defend our MPFL title. It was a needed break for the footballers after a lengthy season that was energy sapping, and even when more time would have been given, we can't do that as we have to kickstart preparation for the continental competition and is scheduled to start in August. Returning early is a sacrifice we must make to realize our set target for the coming season. This both Eziakwa and the retained players who are expected to resume club activities are Jafet Okubo, Ethan Ogundare, Ikena Steven, Joel Odor, Kenneth Igboki, Austin Oyema Echi, Philip Clement, Ejike Ugochukwu, Alu Nweke, Kenechukwu Agu, Isaac Xavier, Godwin Obaje, Fiayo Yebuchi, Austin Okpara, Ebere Nwabodo, Chine Merem Ugweze, Chide Oze Okorie, Zee Moguleye, Slim Maduforo, Naziru Awalu, Abi Muhammad, and also Frank Uwumiru. We joined by new signings: Fernando Tekana, Evans Ogbonda, Anayo Ogbonna, Exen Okore, Chimobi Igwili, Sochuku Uwobodo, and some others whose negotiations are still ongoing because of the press time. Meanwhile, the club has since completed all documentation for participation in the CAF Champions League and are waiting for their licensing certificate from CAF headquarters in Cairo, Egypt. Let's talk about the national team news. Super Falcons goalkeeper Chiamaka Nnadozie has been receiving a lot of attention with her eye-catching performances for club and country. And one man who might not be surprised by her exploit is Super Eagles defender Bruno Oyema Echi, with whom she attended comprehensive secondary school in Amakoa, Urata, Owerri, the capital of Imo State. Oyemaichi revealed this in a recent interview with Eagle Striker while reflecting on his football journey. Since I started football when I was very young, probably when I was in GSS1. I played in a place called Oji in Owerri with my friends and schoolmates. My friends will always tell me I made it in football when I was in secondary school. This lady Chi Amaka and I went to the same secondary school. We played together in school. At that time, she was the only female that played football with us. This is Oyemaichi Amaka Nnadozie, who started as an outfield player, as the current CAF Women's Goalkeeper of the Year. We'll be hoping to replicate her form at Paris FC again for the Super Eagles. For the Super Falcons, I beg your pardon, as they prepare for the women's football event of the Paris 2024 Olympics. Oyemaichi himself plays for Boa Vista in the Portuguese top flight, along with Nigerian defender Chidozie Awazie. My former Akwa United midfielder Ibrahim Alazan has also teamed up with them for the 2024-2025 season. The Nigerian left back had joined the Portuguese club on loan from France Firenze in the 2022-2023 season. The deal was sealed permanently in August 2023 for a reported fee of €1 million until the summer of 2026. He went ahead to make 25 appearances in the Portuguese First Division last season and also provided one assist as his market value rose to €3 million. The 25-year-old also made his Eagle debut last October during the final game of the 23 AFCON qualifiers against Sao Tome and Principe. The game Nigeria won 6-0 at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Oyo. He also featured friendlies against Saudi Arabia and Mozambique, playing full-time in both games. Alright, Rivers United coach Finidi George has swung into action at Rivers United, taking charge of his first training session on Monday in Port Harcourt as the club began preparations for the new season. The 53-year-old was appointed last week Wednesday following his resignation as the head coach of the Super Eagles last month. Finidi George takes charge. Our new technical manager leads his first training session at Garden City Sports Complex. The club shared on their media page on Monday. The training photos shared, Finidi George was spotted dishing instructions to players, while he was also seen discussion. While he was also seen discussing with his technical crew, including coach Evans Ojenyi, who led the team until the end of last season. However, he doesn't have the full complement of the squad yet. The club still negotiating about 13 out of contract players, while they also try to bring in new players. So far, Rivers United have been linked with Bendel Insurance goalkeeper Hamas Obasoji, who has started his commitment to the Benin side, as well as his teammate Divine Nwachukwu. Others are Doma United goalkeeper Kingdom Osai, Sporting Lagos striker Jonathan Aluku. Some of the out of contract players at Rivers are goalkeeper Abiodun Akode, captain Iyema Nwagwa, and Kezi Enyinaya. Finidi George. Finidi George, who signed a 2-year deal with the club, revealed that his team, that his immediate target is to return the team to the continent next season. Rivers United played in the CAF Confederation Cup last season, but couldn't go past the quarter-final stage. They also finished 8th in the MPFL with just 53 points. Talking about the national news, Osupa has been linked with the return to Versadua Super Eagles head coach. The Portuguese left the post in February following the expiration of his contract. The 63-year-old led the Super Eagles to second position at the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. His successor, Finidi George, resigned from the post last month after the Nigerian Football Federation (NFF) announced it will appoint a foreign technical advisor to boss him. Pesero was recently linked with the head coach role at South Africa club Mamelodi Sundowns. Gerard Balui, who works with local agency Vodia Sport International Management, revealed that Pesero is negotiating a return to the Super Eagles. According to him, he says yes, Vodia Sport International Management offered Osupa to Sundowns, though the Nigerian national team are interested in bringing him back to take over again. The NFF is expected to name a new head coach for the Super Eagles before the team's 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against Libya in September. Nigeria 800-meter runner Edose Ibadan, who will be making his first appearance at the Olympics in Paris, said he never gave up on his dream of representing Nigeria at the Global Sport Fiesta, which came to fruition. After 12 years, sending a soothing message to other athletes who missed out on the roster for this year's event, which will be held from the 26th of July to the 11th of August. Ibadan has been in high spirits, since making Nigeria's 35-man athletic contingent, which was released by the AFN last Saturday. The 31-year-old will be competing at the Olympics for the first time, but has represented Nigeria at the African Games in 2019 and 2023, and also World Championship 2019. He is the only 800-meter athlete on the Nigerian team. January 2012, the American-based athlete made a post about his desire to compete at the Olympics. I referred to the post on Saturday. When I tweeted this, I was 18 and a freshman in college. 12 years later, I'm now 31 and headed to my first Olympics later this month. I only had one scholarship offer, never made an NCAA final. I didn't have a contract coming up. I didn't have a contract coming out of college. Always bet on yourself. Baden is currently the national record holder in the 800 meter with a time of 1.4465, which he ran at the Thomas Oberg track in Washington, D.C., USA in July 2023. He won bronze with the men 4x400 meter team at the 2019 African Games in Morocco and was also part of the men's 4x100 meter team in round 1 at the 2023 edition held earlier this year in Ghana. Nigeria is set to host its inaugural combat games, which will take place this year from the 25th of November to the 1st of December, as announced by Musa Oshodi, Vice Chairman of the Organizing Committee and Judo Federation President. This event aims to bring various combat sports under one umbrella, enhancing the visibility and competitiveness of Nigeria athletes globally. Oshodi emphasized collaboration among different martial art disciplines, inspired by the structure of World Combat Games held in Saudi Arabia in 2023. The event will showcase a diverse lineup of sports, including arm wrestling, boxing, fencing, judo, karate, kickboxing, mixed martial arts, that's MMA, strongman competition, taekwondo, wrestling, with the venue yet unknown. Scheduled activities will begin with participant arrival. Like I said earlier, scheduled activities will begin with participant arrivals and a federation meeting on the 25th of November, followed by competition from the 26th of November to the 30th of November 2024, and conclude with participant departure on the 1st of December. An organizing committee led by General Kenneth Minima has been set up to ensure the smooth execution of the game. This committee, chaired by various combat sport leaders and professionals, is dedicated to meticulously planning all aspects of the event, from the athlete accommodation to security, aiming to deliver a world-class experience for participants and spectators alike. The Nigeria Combat Games 2024 represents not only a sporting competition but also a celebration of martial art diversity and excellence, aimed at solidifying Nigeria's presence in the global arena of combat sports. It was gathered that visa issues have hindered some of the invited Super Falcons players from arriving at their camp in Spain as the team continues preparation ahead of the 2024 Olympics in Paris, France. The Falcons camp opened in Spanish City on Friday, but didn't hold any training sessions until Sunday due to small number of players in camp. On Monday, which was yesterday, the Nigeria Football Federation confirmed that team captain Rashida Ajibade, goalkeepers Chiamaka Nadoze and Tochukwu Olueyi, defenders Chidima Okeke and Nico Payne, midfielders Christy Uchebi, Tony Payne, Deborah Abiodun, Jennifer Echegini, and forward Esther Okoroko were already in camp. The NFF added that Morufa Ademola and forward Gift Monday were also in camp, bringing the number of players in camp to 12, with defenders Osinachi Owali and Mitchell Aluzi also expected at the team's hotel on Monday. Meanwhile, we also learned that Tosin Demain and Nasarawa Amazon player Jumoke Alani were not in camp due to mistakes on their accreditation. It was also gathered that Uchenna Kanu, and Chiwendu Iyezu are yet to have their visas, with the Mexico-based forward expected to fly to the United States to join Kanu, where they will both fly to Spain by Wednesday or on Thursday. Other US-based players are expected to arrive in camp tomorrow, Wednesday. In another twist, McLean, who is also here to have a visa, will fly from Russia to Nigeria to pick up a visa and then fly to Spain before the end of the week. Plenty and anger. The source in the Super Falcons camp said, "Why are we even in camp? I'm so pissed right now because I don't understand why all these weren't taken care of weeks ago." The 9-time African champions will have played at the Women's Olympic Football Tournament in China in 2008. Will take on reigning Olympic champions Canada in a training match in Sevilla on the 17th of July. That's next week Wednesday. Canada ladies defeated their counterpart from Sweden 3-2 after a penalty shootout, following a 1-1 draw in regulation and extra time to clinch the gold medal in Tokyo 3 years ago. The games will be held from the 26th of July to the 11th of August. And Nigeria returning to the women's football events is the last featured in 2008 in their last outing at the Women's Olympic Football Tournament. The Falcons lost 1-0 to Korea Democratic People's Republic, 1-0 to Germany, and 3-1 to eventually silver medalist Brazil. Nigeria's best outing so far at the Women's Olympic Football Tournament was in Athens 20 years ago, where the Falcons finished in 6th after exiting the tournament in the quarterfinals. Alright, despite Nigeria born mixed martial art Israel Adesoya, Nigeria born mixed martial art fighter Israel Adesoya is the Nigeria born mixed martial art fighter Israel Adesoya is the betting favorite in the August 18th face-off middleweight against middleweight champion because Duplessis at UFC 305 in Perth, Australia, despite losing his titles to Sean Strickland at UFC 293 in September 2023. Adesoya is favored to win back his belt. Alright, with odds set at 125 compared to Duplessis, minus 125 compared to Duplessis plus 102. This means a $100,000 bet on Adesoya would return $80,000 bet, while a $100,000 bet on Dricus Duplessis will return $102,000 bet as he is the underdog. This bout makes Duplessis' first title defense is a split decision victory over Sean Strickland at UFC 297 in January. Dricus Duplessis has been an underdog before, notably against Robert Whittaker, and winning despite the odds. His other recent victories include wins over Derek Brunson, Darren Till, and Brad Tavares. Adesoya consistently a favorite in his fight, faced an upset at 670 against Strickland, but has notable wins over Alex Pereira, Jared Colonia, and Robert Whittaker. Fans eagerly await this matchup, with Adesoya aiming to claim his title and Dricus Duplessis looking to prove his championship credential. Adesoya will attest a potential layoff from the UFC on 2027 at the very earliest following his loss to Strickland. He is now, however, returning to the octagon after a hiatus of less than a year. It is still his longest ever stretch between UFC fights, and he used the time to heal a few injuries. Already, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has announced the restructure. Has announced that the reconstructed Olympic-sized swimming pool in Lagos that also has a warm-up pool and a 250-seater spectator A 250-seater spectator stand at the Railway Park Sports Center, Yaba, will be open soon for public use. Speaking at the distribution of sport equipment to schools by the Lagos State Sport Trust Fund recently, the governor praised LSSTF's commitment to youth development through sport. The governor, who was represented by the State Commissioner for Youth and Social Development, Bolaji Ogunlende, lauded the management of LSSTF for their understanding of the place of sport in the overall development of the youth. Alright, quickly let's talk about Nigeria players that will be moving from their current club to another. Italian transfer expert Pier Francisco Munachino has made a bold claim that Syria giant Napoli will not entertain the offer from Chelsea involving an offer of Romelu Lukaku and Cesar Casade plus cash for Nigeria international Victor Osimhen. In their bid to sign the Super Eagles striker, the English Premier League were willing to offer Lukaku and Casade plus a fee in the region of 30 million euros to Napoli to lure the striker to Stamford Bridge. Osimhen agreed a new contract with Napoli in December. Still, those terms only run until the summer of 2026, and there is reportedly a release clause of around £130 million included in the agreement. That has not stopped top clubs from showing interest in the Lagos-born striker who has emerged as one of the most sought-after strikers in Europe, having been linked with the moves to Chelsea, Arsenal, Paris Saint-Germain, Manchester United, and Liverpool. The Partenopé president Aurelio De Laurentiis has resigned himself to losing Osimhen, having initially insisted that a 9-figure sum must be paid in full should an interest party wish to price Osimhen away from Napoli. The Italian giants are willing to lower their asking price for the Nigerian.